Welcome to 10 Minutes. My name is Tony Scott. Thanks for tuning in to today's show. Our show today is brought to you by Tommy's Chicago's in Mendota Heights. For a great lunch or dinner, stop into Tommy's. They're off Dodd Road and Highway 110. A lot of action last weekend as youth teams wrapped up district playoffs, AA Metro teams found out their seed to regions, and high school teams got narrowed down to the section finals on Saturday. Oh, and in case you missed it, the Wild won their fourth in a row, crushing the Blackhawks 6-1 in their first ever outdoor game at TCF Bank Stadium. Like we do every week, here's a recap of what we saw. Let's start with the youth. Congrats go out to several teams who won district championships last weekend. Burnsville's Bantam A team won the District 6 title after staring up at Minnetonka, Edina, and Prior Lake in the staff rankings all year. They make their first appearance today. Congrats to the Blades. Champlain Park Squirt A and Pee Wee B teams corralled district championships Sunday in District 10. Also in D10, how about Andover girls hockey? They won the U10A, the U10B, the U12B, and U12A titles impressively on Sunday. Heading east, hats off to Matamita's Bantam AA team. They won the District 2 championship, beating District Big Brothers Stillwater and White Bear Lake in successive games. A great story for an association that opted up from Single A. Next year's Zephyr Pee Wee AA team should be a top 10 team too. Now on to the big boys. What a weekend of hockey at the high school level. 4 huge upsets and one thriller. Starting in Class A, number 3 St. Cloud Apollo fell to Little Falls Saturday night. Justin Pakula had 41 saves for the Flyers. We were there and saw the final Apollo game in a while. A stick tap or two goes out to Pete Matinich and his band of brothers for a great run the last few years. Pete's a great guy and a true student of the game. It would be a shame if he isn't manning a bench somewhere next winter. In AA, it's hard to choose which game to talk about first, the Benilde upset or the thriller at Braemar. You got to go with number 1 Benilde, following to Cretin-Durham Hall on Saturday. What an effort by the Raiders. They get a hat trick from Jack Johnson and a big performance from Mike Magnuson in goal to earn a berth in the Section 6 AA final tomorrow. Speaking of great coaches, you got to like what Ken Pauley did at Benilde this year. He took on all challengers with that schedule and went undefeated in the regular season. What a run for the Red Knights had. If that wasn't enough, the association and community-based model had a lot to brag about Saturday as well. Prior Lake and Maple Grove won games they weren't supposed to. A change in the guard of sorts. The Lakers beat Minnetonka to advance to their first ever section final, and the Crimson held off YHH Player of the Year finalists Riley Tufte and Blaine on Saturday. Those 2 wins were watershed for the 2 youth programs who've had a lot of success the last 5 years, and they're now starting to see the fruits of their labor pay off on the big stage. We saved the best game for last. All I got to say is wow. It was a classic matchup between the old guard, Eden Prairie, and the new kids on the block, Holy Family, in a classic 2-3C matchup at high noon at Braemar. In what appeared to be a great game turned into a classic at the 7:10 mark of the third period. After gaining momentum early in the third and tying the score, Nick Michael scored an apparent go-ahead goal for the Fire. After a 9-minute layoff and discussion, the refs ruled it no goal. 16 seconds later, Holy Family gets called for slashing on Michael Graham, and the Eagles pounced and scored on the power play on a gorgeous pass from YHH Player of the Year finalist Casey Middlestat to Michael Graham to win the game. It was one of those games that showed great skill and had high drama from the beginning to the end. By the end of the game, fans were exhausted from so much excitement. A lot of Twin City Orthopedics hat tricks on Saturday to report. Jack Jonitz from Cretin had one. Trevor Janicki from Maple Grove tickled the twine 3 times. Cade Borcher from Burnsville had 3 lamplighters. Billy Jerry from St. Thomas Academy was saluted 3 times by the cadet student body. Logan New from St. Cloud Cathedral gave Sartell 3 Hail Marys. And Farmington John Stevenailer saw the Tiger fans shower the ice in Rochester after his 3rd goal. Okay, there are a lot of big games coming up this week all over the state at all levels. I've decided to go a little rapid fire on the high school section winners and Bantam AA and Pee Wee region winners as well. Here we go. 1A, Northfield. 1AA, Lakeville North. 2A, Breck. 2AA, EP. 3A, Laverne. 3AA, Burnsville. 4A, Matamidi. 4AA, Stillwater. 5A, Princeton. 5AA, Maple Grove. 6A, Cathedral. 6AA, Wayzata. 7A, Hermantown. 7AA, Grand Rapids. 8A, Thief River Falls. 8AA, Bemidji. Oof. Now on to the youth regions. Bantam AA North, Cloquet. South, Tonka. East, Edina. West, Blaine. And at Pee Wee AA, North, Grand Rapids. South, OMG. East, Edina. And West, Park Cottage Grove. Here are a few youth teams that aren't the top seeds that could slide into the state tourney, kind of like Jefferson, Cloquet, and Chaska did last year. Bantams, watch out for Hermantown and Matamidi. And at Pee-wees, you have to fear Stillwater and Owatonna, both playing at home next weekend. Tommy Chicago's trivia. Congrats to Roseau's Paul LaPlante for knowing John Blue is a California-born goalie who started for the Gophers in the mid-'80s. This week's trivia question is where you can get a great catering at any size or any kind of event. Oh wait, that was a promo for Tommy's. They do have great catering though. YHH has used them a few times for our events. Okay, on to the question. This week we want to know how well you know the Squirt teams in Duluth. What a great heritage they have up there in Duluth with the Squirt program. Name 3 Squirt teams, their colors, and if they have a mascot nickname, what is that too? The first person to know that, email us at youthhockeyhub@gmail.com to get a $25 gift card to Tommy Chicago's. No boom roasted this week, except maybe to me for picking so many games wrong in my article last Friday, or to the 2 girls from Burnsville who got caught on camera throwing birds at the Rosemont Celly on Saturday. That was a classic tweet. All right, moving on to game pucks. Today's Brewpub Pizza Latza Matza game puck goes out to the Grand Rapids High School team for producing a great video to generate awareness towards domestic violence in Itasca County. A very fun and at times funny video that tackles some tough themes in life, like treating women with respect or saying sorry and letting go of the past. All done by a bunch of rugged and athletic young men. Nice job, boys. You made the whole hockey community proud with this one. Now make your community proud and beat East on Thursday. I'll be there. Can't wait to see the game. We'll be around the rink all weekend watching hockey games. We'll see you there. Have a good day.